Okay, so this is really interesting. How can you get flamethrowered and then just survive with that much? That's odd, right? Let's try to break it down. Okay, so to find out whether grown adult can tank a flamethrower, you need to find out what a human's, like a full grown adult's base stat total is or would be. Alright, so to do this, I'm going to go onto the Pokemon database. Bless its soul, because I use this a lot for Pokerogue runs. And, okay, so the way we're doing this is that we're going to find the average of all the Pokemon in the human-like egg group. Because this would be closest to oh my god. You're fucking kidding me. How many is that? It doesn't seem like a lot, but I have to plug all of these things into a calculator. And goddamn, I don't want to do that. Alright, let's start doing this one by one. God, I hate this so much. Why are you so slow? What? Your speed decreases 30 points when you Mega Evolve. You don't even keep Prankster. Why? You get worse. What? Dude, what was cooking when they made you? Oh yeah, this happened. Uh, huh. Don't know whether I should add the 100 or not, actually. Because guaranteed the egg group's gonna be the same. Like, it's probably gonna be here. A second. Why is Clobbopus in the human-like egg group? It's an octopus! To divide all of these. God damn it. Alright. I did a thing. Alright? So I have this big ass number, but that isn't the base stat total. No, 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 no. Because we have to divide it by 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not counting. Okay, we got Fel, we got Michelle, we have Gambit, we have Gordon, we have Alright, we have our BST. I have no idea if this is correct or not. But we're going with this because fuck you. Alright, it's Microsoft Paint time. Okay, so let's round it down so our significant figures, aka our figures of note if you're not into classroom chemistry or whatever, is the digits that we care most about. and there are 6 total stats. So if we divide them all equally, for example, like a Pokemon like Manaphy, who looks like a finger puppet, which I'll attempt to draw now. This is Manaphy. Anyways, just like Manaphy, it's getting same amount in every stat. Which means that this probably won't be our total. It's probably gonna be something slightly lower. Okay, so we know that 431 divided by 6 is roughly the same as this, because this makes it a lot easier. Because 420 divided by 6 is 70. And then we get the extra 12 divided by 6, and that equals to 2. Which means that this one equals 72 per stat. Alright, do we have that? Okay, now let's clear the board. Okay, so for tanking a flamethrower, these are the stats that matter. 72 special defense and 72 HP. Alright, let's assume that Ash's Charmander is at the level it would learn flamethrower, which would be, I need to look this up. Okay, it learns flamethrower at level 24. So let's assume that the Charmander and human were equally matched. Alright, level 24. For our guy, you know what, screw it, we're going back to Microsoft Paint because the calculator don't work. Okay, so let's assume we're in Generation 1. Okay? Oh, I accidentally plane mode. Okay, so how would I put this? Like, how would I explain this in a way, natural any sort? You know what, I'm just gonna copy and paste the entire equation. Works like a charm, am I right? Jesus Christ. Let's patch his head up. Okay, so it's 2 times level times crit, which we can exclude from this equation. So it's 2 times level over 5. Alright, good. Now, there's also a plus 2 here, which means it'll be 48 over 5 plus 2, which will equal around 11.3. Now, here's the hard part. Alright, we just need to erase all of this. Okay, so it's times the base power of flamethrower, which is 90. And also times our Charmander's special attack over 72. Now, this is the effective attack stat. Alright, so let's just look up. Yeah, no, that's just 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 about nothing. Okay, let's go back to Charmander's wiki and let's just pluck out its special attack. 60. Alright, so I have 60 over 72. We can change that to 10 over 12 or even 5 over 6. Now, it just clear all of this. 450 over 6 would equal. I'm trying to find a number here, but I'm kind of stupid. No, that isn't it.
No,
Okay, so.
no, go back. That was the right answer, you dumb mother.
Okay, so it's 11.3 times 75, which feels like it will be detrimental to my health. Let's check. Now, because I'm not entirely a math diva, I'm gonna pull out a calculator off screen. 11.3 times 75. That would equal to around 847.5. And that's not even including the rest of it. But first, there's another part of this equation that we need to talk about. We can shorten all of this down to the number we got earlier. I think it was 8.747.5. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. All this is divided by 50 and then added another 2. So, that divided by 50 would equal to around 17 plus 2 would equal to 19. Now you would think this would stop here, right? Yes, a full-grown adult can tag a flamethrower from Charmander. Perfectly fine, right? Well, yeah, no. Let's, okay, so, there, Charmander is a fire type, which means it gets stab bonus 1.5 to 19. So that means it gets a total boost of 8.5. No, that's definitely wrong. 9.5. There we go. It gets a boost of 9.5, leading its attack to go to 29 or 28. Let's go with the highest number for dramatic effect. Now it's dealing that over our 72 HP. Which, as we can see, Team Rocket did survive this. But let's see how much we can take this guy through, shall we? Alright, so, let's see how much this guy can tank. So currently, he's dealing that much damage. What if we gave him a little fire crown, aka terastallization? That would change this buff from 1.5 to a 2, which means it wouldn't deal 29, it would deal 38. Now we're getting somewhere. Now, let's assume that a human really likes steel. Yeah, no, he would die. So let's just give him fluffy clothes. Fluffy clothes that are very flammable. That's right, we're giving the human the fluffy ability because it boosts fire damage. I'm not I'm not high, trust me. Okay, so with the power of the fluffy boy, our damage is now 48 over 72. Now we're getting somewhere, even somewhere-ier. Let's assume that the human can't have an ability. Alright? Hold on, wait. What's the boost from... Alright, the max boost from Blaze is 50%. So let's assume the human beat up this guy's shit, and now it's under Blaze boost, which multiplies it by 1.5, which leads to another 19 being added. So that would be 57. Now, generation 2, this is where we need new things. Alright, so let's assume that it is holding a charcoal. Alright, the held item that boosts fire damage. We're looking at an additional 1.1 boost. And I am not going to incorporate the boost from badges because what the actual hell is that? So, 57 times 1.1 will be 62 out of 72. Now we're getting into the red. And then there's weather. If the sun be shining, it's another 1.5. Which means this guy is, deceased. But, those are under very specific circumstances. Alright, let's just redraw our Charmander. Charmander cannot evolve. No, Charmander can evolve. Charmander would have already evolved by level 16, and without a trainer, then that just wouldn't have happened. He would have been a Charmeleon, which means he would be even more fricked. But since our question was a Charmander, that means it would be invalid. Next, you also need a trainer to Terra Fire, because terrestrialization is a thing found only in Paldea and in the dens. Alright? Only the player can terrestrialize it, or it will be found in natural terror raid dens, which I don't think yet can spawn Charmander. Or if they do, then I'm sorry, Charmander. Take this head pat as an apology. Uh, but for what I know, Charmanders just don't regularly terra fire in the middle of nowhere. Next, actually no, the weather boost is actually valid. The sun is out most of the time. I'm recording this during nighttime, so let's just take away the sun. Uh, so yeah, taking away all those buffs, including the charcoal, would just lead to a very sad. I think it was 29 out of 72 damage that needed to be done to kill our guy. But I mean, hey, that's like 1/3 of this guy's health. He may not be dead, but he's certainly not feeling well. Alright, and that is my comprehensive deep dive on the Pokemon anime logic. Thank you for watching. Also, before we go, let's do this one more time for the show's beloved mascot, with its thunderbolt tail. Pikachu. Because goddamn, if I could count, if I took like, I'm not old enough to drink yet. If I chugged an entire cup of coffee every time Ash got thunderbolted by this electric rat, I'd be most certainly dead. Like very dead. Ash has taken more hits from this thing more than the times that I've said I've never broken a bone. Which I've never broken a bone, by the way. Hey. Anyways, Pikachu has a slightly higher special attack. Wait a second. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, I didn't take the wrong stat. But I have a special attack of 50, which means it does less damage than the Charmander. So I have nothing to be worried about, except that Pikachu has a partner Pikachu form, which I'm pretty sure Ash has. And you want to know that special attack? 75. I think that would be around half. That would be around that range. Alright? It probably won't be more than half, but it certainly won't be like two less. Anyways, thank you for watching me rant about Pokemon anime logic, because this is so goddamn stupid. Hope you like my fucking silly little guy drawings. Just look at him. Just look at him and tell me he doesn't want to die. Anyways, thank you for watching. Uh, love you all. Peace.